Hey everyone, Darren from hostelmanagement.com. Thanks for watching this first episode of Headlines in Our Hostels. This is a new weekly video on YouTube where I'll summarize the latest news and posts from our site and share video submissions from our global community of hostel owners, managers, staff, and guests. And yes, guests too, because what we find in the industry is guests become staff, staff become managers, and managers become owners. In fact, questions from aspiring hostel owners are some of the most frequent emails that we receive. Anyway, the idea here is that you don't have to search and read through all the various sections of the website. Just be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get this condensed version. During my conversations with various hostel owners, I have found that travel is slowly starting to come back. Italy has started allowing vaccinated non-EU travelers to come visit, and we've heard that some hostels in Italy are actually doing well in terms of guest demand. Unfortunately, many hostel owners are stating that it's extremely difficult to find staff during this time. The good news is that some hostels are finding travelers who want to become part of their hostel community, help out, and stay a while. In some cases, this will turn out to be a paying job, and other times, particularly in small hostels, it's just a case where newfound friends are helping each other. So any way we can, we're just all trying to get through this. Hosteljobs.net is a place where independent, flexible travelers find hostels where they can stay long-term and become part of the family. For example, Jerry and Anichka at the Charles Bridge Hostel in Prague just sent us this video.
Hi guys, I'm Jerry, this is Anichka, and let us introduce you our hostel. We are in the center of Prague. This is Mostecká Street, this is Charles Bridge, the famous Czech bridge, and this is the hostel. It's the building from 13th century. We have a club in the cellar that is even older, and now let's get in. So this is our reception, this is Teresa, and further on there is a little common area, and now let's get in the rooms. In the hostel we have 4 dormitories and 6 apartments. This is dorm section, so here is common area and a kitchen. This is female room.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi. And next door, there is a mixed dorm. And a lovely view to the street. This is our little garden. Here are all the floors. And downstairs there is a music club. Now we are going in the 13th century. We are in the music club. It's a little bit messy now because there is no venue tonight. This is a 1,000 years old well. This is a little room, and here is the main stage. This is the main stage, drums, piano, working, playing, and this is the bar. We are looking for help at the reception and in housekeeping. So if you want to meet new people, experience new cultures, and if you want to come to Prague, you are very welcome.
Hey, thanks Jerry for sending in that video. I love the ceilings in your hostel, and basement clubs are one of my favorite things about European hostels. Anyway, travelers, if you have some wanderlust and you need to get out there but still stick to a budget, check out hosteljobs.net for other opportunities. By the way, we haven't personally visited all of these hostels, although I would love to go if they invited me. Anyway, be sure to do your own research and make sure that the hostel's a good fit for you before traveling thousands of miles to get there. Okay, latest forum post. Fabio from No Limit Hostels, who by the way has been to every single country in the world. Yes, I checked. Here's the Vanity Fair magazine article about this. And as a side note, this is a perfect example of how hostel owners are some of the most interesting people in the world. Anyway, Fabio has been asking how hostels are handling self-check-in. I responded to him with a video showing how we were doing it at Pacific Tradewinds Hostel using Hostel Snap. I also pointed to this Hostel Management article about contactless check-in, where we actually feature the NotSo Hostel from Charleston, South Carolina, and Sin City Hostel in Las Vegas, Nevada. But we'd certainly like to hear from other hostel owners out there about how you handle self-check-ins. This is increasingly important during the era of coronavirus, where a lot of guests are wanting a more contactless experience, and a lot of hostels don't have the people power to have somebody at the front desk all the time. Okay, so hostels for sale. As you can imagine, there are a lot of hostels out there for sale post-pandemic. And for years, we were flooded with emails from aspiring hostel owners who couldn't wait to start their own hostel or acquire another hostel. And I'm wondering where they've all gone now. They always say buy low and sell high, so personally I think that if the right deal can be struck, this is an amazing time for you to finally realize your dream of owning a hostel. Perfect example, Mindy in the Mudhouse Hostel in Mompicha, Ecuador sent us this video.
Hi, my name's Mendy, and I have a hostel in Mompiche, Ecuador. Mompiche is a small little fishing village in the northern part of Ecuador, and we have some really amazing beaches here. We have a black sand beach. It's a metallic, magnetic black sand beach. It's 2 kilometers from us. We have Isla Portete, which is an island with lots of palm trees, just 4 kilometers away. We have the Machi Chindul rainforest right at our doorstep. And one of the most famous surf breaks in South America. So, the hostel is up for sale now, as we have aging parents and changing needs. So, I think I'll leave it at that, and I'll give you a short tour. Okay. So we have 7 cabins and a restaurant bar, plus a private home included in the sale. This gives you kind of a look. Rooster can stay too. So there's the front entrance, there's the restaurant bar, little communal area, yoga area. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of the cabins. Construction materials. Behind me we have a communal kitchen. A tower, there's a room, reception below, another cabin behind it, communal bathroom there. Okay, this is the main house, the private house that's in the sale. It's under quite a bit of construction right now, so I'm going to give a really brief tour because we have construction materials pretty much everywhere. We're redoing the roof on the house. That's the new red roof right there, as well as some interior work too, so I'll be really brief in the house, but here we've got, this is mangrove. Lots of iguanas and beautiful birds in these trees. Going into the house. So we've got these, these are all my animals, almost all of them. It's the kitchen area. Putting the roof on in the back at the moment. You can see the scaffolding in the bedroom there. We have a bathroom in the middle, and this front room we use as an office, or it has a sliding wall that can close it off and make it an additional bedroom. There's a bunk bed in there. So that's the house.
Mindy, thank you for sending that in. As someone who's owned a city hostel my whole life, the sound of your rooster transports me to a simpler, more laid-back lifestyle. I love it. This is what I call a lifestyle hostel. For the price of a home, you're able to have income potential and community. So these are some of my favorite hostels in the world, where actually the owner lives on site and they are sharing a slice of their life with you. So if this type of lifestyle is interesting to you, I encourage you to check in with Mindy and see if something could happen. A word of caution, if you're not Ecuadorian, you'll want to research the laws about a foreign national owning property and a business in Ecuador. This is true for all hostel owners wanting to operate a business outside of their home country. We recently published a post on hostelmanagement.com titled Starting or Operating a Hostel Abroad. Check out that article because we go over some of the risks associated with either buying or starting a hostel outside of your home country. While some hostel owners like Mindy will need to get cash out of the sale of their hostel, other hostels can provide flexible terms, so don't be afraid to ask. For example, we also heard from Tony at, okay, I'm going to get this. It's Alberg, Taull. And I know I totally messed up the pronunciation. Maybe someday after I learn Spanish, then I can learn Catalan, which is a whole nother language. Tony's hostel has 7 rooms and a capacity of 26 persons. Like Mompiche, this hostel also has a house attached to it that's directly connected to the reception area. Makes it really convenient for you to run your hostel. Tony told us he's open to lease-to-own arrangements where you might pay a little bit more than market for the monthly lease, but after a few years you will have paid the 120,000 euros that he's asking in installments. At that point, the agreement would convert into a purchase agreement and you actually own the property with financing. Another option would be to pay a down payment and then have a percentage of your future gross revenue from the hostel go to the seller of the hostel. This way, if the pandemic lingers on, you won't have to pay too much for the property, but if travel comes roaring back, then Tony would get what his hostel was obviously worth. To me, this is a very fair way to go about the sale of a travel business because nobody knows when things are going to recover. These 2 hostels are just a sample of the kind of deals that are out there for anyone who's eager and aspiring to own their own hostel. Obviously, before pursuing your own dream, do lots of research and lots of homework. But some small lifestyle hostels with your living space attached can work if you have supplemental income to pay the bills until the travel industry comes back. Can you hear me, digital nomads? The main thing is act responsibly and smart when pursuing your dream. This is not the time to make bets with huge capital investments in the hospitality business. Leave that for people who have money to lose. Anyway, that's all for this week. Whether you're a hostel owner or an aspiring hostel owner, we'd love to hear from you. Please put your questions in the comments down below. You know how this YouTube thing works. Now that I've sold my hostel and I'm retired, I'm looking to reach out and meet hostel owners all over the world. If you're a hostel owner and you want your hostel to be featured or your expertise to be featured in a future episode on hostelmanagement.com, get in touch with us at support@hostelmanagement.com. All right. Thanks for watching.